When we think about education, we have to understand that education comes in different forms. Like many other things, we can't paint it with the same brush as everything else. There's academic education where you go to school, you go to a university, you get an academic degree, say a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, or a PhD, and then you move forward with whatever your desired career is and whatever that education leads to. Some people go through education primarily for the knowledge that they gain. Maybe they want to have a better understanding of a certain thing. ITD Canada is a career college. It's a vocational college. What that means is our sole intention is to make sure that our students become employed once they graduate from our institution. We want to make sure they're employable, meaning that an employer can put them to work and actually see benefit from it. If an employee shows up to work and they are book savvy, they know the knowledge, but they don't know how to go about doing projects, how to go about doing the business and accomplishing things that they need to accomplish, the employer runs into a roadblock. The employer will have to spend a lot of money and resources in training that individual who is educated already, who has gone to a university and has got a degree already, in order to make them employable. So when I say employable, I mean we need to make sure that our students have those abilities that the employers are looking for. Now, being a vocational college, being a career college, we need to do that. We need to do that transference of knowledge very quickly. We only have about a year, a little over 11 months with our students here at ITD, and then we ship them off to co-op to go and practice what we've taught them. In our research, what has shown to be the most beneficial is to do that knowledge transfer in a project-based format. What that means is the instructor shows up and does minimal instructions, just enough to get the student going, and then gives the student the resources so that they can go and figure it out as they move forward, and then they have the ability to come and ask questions. Now, what happens is that if we have a student that has had academic schooling, academic education beforehand, come into ITD with the setup that I just explained to you, they may be surprised because they're used to an instructor-led type training, meaning the instructor stands up in front of the room and just gives the student all of the information, says go home, memorize all of this, come back and do a test and we'll give you a grade, and so on and so forth, and you graduate. And when they come and sit in an ITD classroom, they're given the instructions and then they're given the project plan, and they say you need to go finish this project, you need to do your research, you need to do your due diligence, you need to sit down, map out the project and figure out how you're going to do it. When you run into a roadblock, our preference is for you to work with your classmates. Why? Because in a real work environment, you work with a team. You're not alone. Your boss, your project manager, whoever it may be, gives you the project outline, gives you the resources you need to go do the project. If you run into roadblocks, going to the boss is not the first thing you're going to do. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to your teammates. You are going to ask them if you can collaborate and figure out how to do this problem. We again try to simulate the same situation. We give the project outline, we give the resources to our students. We then encourage our students to go and figure it out on their own. If they cannot figure it out, we encourage our students to go work with their classmates to bring this project in front of them and hopefully together find the solution. If they cannot find the solution, the instructor is there to help them. Our instructors are given the direction not to just simply answer questions for students. We want to cultivate critical thinking with our students. We want to make sure they have the ability to look at the problem from 360 degrees around it, try and come up with a solution, because problem solving is the core competency that our employers, the partners that we've discussed this with, have told us that's needed out there. Everything can be looked up on the internet, pretty much, right? If you don't know how to write the syntax of a certain language of code, you can go look it up online. If you don't understand something, the resources are out there. It is how to get all of that information and apply it to a problem, come up with a solution, and be able to communicate that solution to a client that's valuable. And that's what ITD's core philosophy of education is built upon. So whether you're a prospective student, you're one of our partners who introduces us to students, or if you're an instructor thinking about joining our team, you should understand that this is the way we operate. We do not hand feed information to our student. We empower our students to go out and do their research and find the answers. If they can't find it, work in their team to find it. If as a team they cannot figure it out, they can come back and ask the instructor for help. We're not perfect. We're working on making this perfect, but we do understand that this is the model that works. This is the model that's going to produce the most number of employable students, graduates from this institution. With that, if you have any questions, please find the link under this video, write to us, ask us. If you got this video in an email, reply to the email and ask us. If you have any suggestions, let us know. If you're a prospective employer and would like to place our students at your co-op, or you're looking for resources, valuable resources to interview and hire, again, reach out to us and we'd be more than happy to respond.